Michael lived with his mom, Sarah, in a cozy little farmhouse at the edge of town. Sarah had always been there for him, making him breakfast, packing his lunches, and generally being the best mom a guy could ask for. Things changed when Michael met Jessica. She was bright, funny, and Michael fell hard. They got married and Jessica moved into the farmhouse. At first, everyone tried to get along. But soon, tensions started to simmer. Sarah, used to running the house her way, found herself disagreeing with Jessica's ideas about cooking, cleaning, and decorating. Jessica, on the other hand, felt like Sarah was constantly criticizing her and treating her like a child. One evening, Michael came home from a long day working at the local hardware store. He was exhausted. "Jess," he said, "I'm beat. Can I get something to drink?" "Ow." Jessica didn't look up from her phone. "Sure, there's water in the fridge." Michael sighed. "You is told me." "And dinner? Oh, way to our counters, and I'm starving." "Figure it out," Jessica snapped, still scrolling through her phone. Michael's frustration bubbled over. "What's going on? Why are you acting like this?" Jessica finally looked up, her eyes filled with tears. "It's your mom. Pang, it's you. She never stops. I know. And she champions our stops. You're doing that wrong. Or why would you buy that? It's constant. I can't take it anymore. I know her was set pal my son why you more too. I feel like I'm living in her house, not ours." Michael ran a hand through his hair. I know. It's been tough for everyone. But she's my mom. What am I supposed to do? I supposed to do? You have to choose, Michael, Jessica said, her voice trembling. It's me or her. I can't live like this anymore. That night, Michael tossed and turned. He loved Jessica, and he couldn't imagine his life without her. She was his partner, his best friend, and the woman he wanted to build a future with. But Sarah was his mother. She had sacrificed everything for him. He owed her so much. The thought of choosing between them tore him apart. The next morning, Jessica was waiting for him at the breakfast table, her expression serious. So, Michael, she said, have you made a decision? How to? Michael hesitated. I don't know what to do. Well, I've thought about it, Jessica said. There's a retirement home a few towns over. She'd be happier there with other people her age. And we could finally have some peace. Michael was shocked. You want me to send my mom away? Just like that. It's the best solution for everyone, Jessica said. But Michael couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. Michael spent the day at the hardware store, lost in thought. He remembered all the times his mom had helped him, bandaging his scraped knees, cheering him on at baseball games, and always being there with a warm meal and a listening ear. He remembered how happy and vibrant she had been when he was younger. Now he knew she was happy that he was married, but he also knew that living with Jessica wasn't making her happy. That evening, he told Jessica that he needed to take his mom up to their old family apple orchard on the hill for a day trip, the place where they'd spent so much time together when he was a kid. Jessica seemed confused, but she didn't stop him. The next morning, Michael woke his mom early. "Mom," he said, "let's go up to the apple orchard. It's been too long." Sarah's eyes lit up. "Oh, Michael, that sounds lovely. But I'm not as young as I used to be. I don't think I could make it up that hill." "I'll take you," Michael said. When they got to the foot of the hill that led to the orchard, Michael helped his mom out of the car. As they started their journey, Sarah was happy. "This is so nice, Michael," she said. "Thank you for bringing me." As they climbed higher, the path got steeper, and Sarah was getting tired. Michael could see the strain on her face, but he kept going, step by step. When they finally reached the apple orchard at the top of the hill, Sarah looked around in amazement. "It's even more beautiful than I remember," she said, her voice filled with nostalgia. They sat together under the shade of an apple tree, and Michael helped his mom up the rocks to a spot where they could see the whole valley, just like they used to. Sarah looked at him, a knowing smile on her face. "Michael," she said quietly, "you don't have to worry about me. I know you're having a hard time. But you need to do what's right for you. I'll understand." Hearing those words from his mother, Michael suddenly realized what he had to do. He had been so caught up in trying to please Jessica that he had forgotten what was truly important: his family. How could he think of giving up on someone who had always been there for him? He knew that Jessica cared for him, but she was willing to send his own mother away. Was that really love? With a newfound resolve, Michael picked his mother up, helping her back down the hill. When they got home, he sat down with Jessica and told her his decision. He said that he loved her, but he couldn't sacrifice his family. He asked her to find a new home. Jessica was furious and left, but Michael knew he had made the right choice. He and Sarah continued to live in the farmhouse, and although things weren't always easy, their bond grew stronger than ever. Michael started helping her around the house and in the garden. One day, he realized that Jessica wasn't really the one for him, because the one thing he could count on for the rest of his life was his own mother. The end. All to say time show.